What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is going to be your review of the Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 5, Episode 16. So listen, there wasn't a whole lot going on in this episode, okay? There's a few things we need to talk about for the most part. The ladies are still at lunch. Karen brings up the fact that she feels like, or she suspects that Giselle is working with Juan to get what's her name? Robbing a ring. Now, I don't know, Karen, that is some hellified deductive reasoning that you came up with. Now, granted, we know that that's what happened, but that is some damn deductive reasoning that just because you saw Giselle in front of a jewelry store that all of a sudden Juan is meeting her there and they buying robbing a ring. Like, 1 + 1, I don't know how you got that. I mean, you right. And maybe you just know these people so well, but I'm like, how the fuck did you come up with that? But, I mean, she wasn't lying, so, you know. The ladies leave there, and they go on a toboggan, bobsled, whatever the hell the thing is, child. And that was cool. Everybody had a good time. I mean, of course, at first, everybody was like, oh, hell no. That looked dangerous, and we all gonna die. But they did it. They were good sports about it. They did it. Then they left there and they went to a little market where they could buy like local food, like a farmer's market. But of course they had little things you could buy, little souvenirs and stuff like that. Now while they was at the market, Giselle was like, Karen, can I holler at you for a second? And she pulls Karen aside, and instead of saying, Karen, girl, you were right, but I'm gonna need you to back up off talking about the wedding, about about Robin and Juan, because, girl, we don't want to ruin it for her. But she was like, can you stop bringing up Juan and Robin, And she was like, well, why? Like, I only bought it. She's like, I'm sorry, I bought it up that once. She was like, no, you bought it up twice already. She was like, if Juan is getting ready to propose to Robin, we don't want to ruin it for her, which is true. And without Giselle telling you that, Karen, you knew better. Like, girl. Anyway. So the ladies go to dinner that night, and everybody, the ladies go to dinner that night, and some of them looked really, really nice. Actually, I think my favorite outfit of the night was actually Giselle's, and y'all know that don't never happen. But anyway, they're at the bar, and come to find out, they done got a copy of Wendy's room key, which of course in real life that shit just don't happen. If a hotel give you a key to a room that your name ain't on, that hotel got a problem coming. Okay, but for the purposes of the show, we're gonna go ahead and let that thing go. They're gonna pull a prank on Wendy. Okay, cool. Now, Giselle also talks to Ashley at the bar and lets Ashley know that, Karen was right about Juan trying to propose, but girl, like, I don't want to ruin the surprise. And she said, well, I'm telling Ashley because I know Ashley can keep a secret. So you was mad at Karen. You said Karen can't keep a secret, but you not... Girl, whatever. You still telling people. She talking about something. I just don't know if I can hold it in anymore. Girl, whatever. You still telling people. It is what it is. But, I'm sure that's going to probably be like the season finale is Juan proposing to Robin. And that's all great, cool, whatever. Now, here's what I think is interesting. They were pulling this prank on Wendy, and everybody knew except for Karen. I was like, so y'all really just... Karen really is just odd man out. Like, she really is, like, how everybody in on the prank except for Karen. Karen, the only one that ain't know nothing about it. Anyway, so they go to dinner. They look like they were at a very interesting restaurant. Like, on one hand, the restaurant looked real, real high. I think sometimes people try so hard to be high-end, they do stuff that's unnecessary. Why you got a clipboard instead of a menu? Like, did you see them flipping through that thing like a coach be looking for plays when his team losing? Like, I didn't see the purpose of it, but whatever. So they're at dinner, and they're having, again, it's a really nice dinner for the most part. They're enjoying themselves, and Candice opens up to them about being ready to have a child. Now, she had said something to Ashley about it at the market, and of course, Ashley in her confessional was like, I find it real interesting that she coming to me telling me she ready to have a child, when last year she questioned everything about me trying to have a child. So it comes up at dinner, and Ashley takes this time to basically let Candice know that she still ain't over what happened last year. And she thought she was kind of over it, but she sort of got triggered all over again. And now you know how it feels, and now you understand how I felt, and now you see the struggle, and now you understand the internal, like that whole boom, 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 boom situation, right? But here was the MVP of the night, Robin. Because Robin said, well, now you know how I felt when you came from my family. Because let's not forget, Ashley, of who you were before you had a baby. Like, you didn't calm down a lot now that you done had your baby. But let's not forget how messy you were. And see, that's what I kept trying to tell y'all. I never forgot who Ashley has always been. I ain't never forgot about that. Ashley is a messy you-know-what. And she has been from day one on the show when she came at Robin and was telling everybody about Robin's bankruptcy, okay? So, I ain't never forgot who Ashley was. And Ashley, I get it that Candice came at you with the katana blades and everything else. Like, I get all of that. But again, don't act like you weren't that person, okay? And she told me some, yeah, but I never did it on social media. Okay, so maybe Candice went to social media. And y'all know how I feel about Candice and her Twitter fingers, okay? Look, y'all know that. But at the end of the day, let's not act like you were so innocent. Now, I will give Candice credit in this moment. Candice did not jump the bait. She didn't get loud. She didn't get ignorant. She ain't come for Ashley. She just said, I really don't want to go backwards. I really don't want to go backwards. I really don't want to go backwards. Girl, I said I don't want to go backwards with you. And then she also went on to say, apologize again and say, listen, I need you to understand that I am sincere in my apology. I apologize and I am sincere about it. And Ashley just kept wanting to go. Like, even after that, Ashley just kept wanting to go and go and go. And I was like, girl, you like a dog with a bone. Let it go. Like she said, she acknowledged, she apologized. We're done. We're done. And I understand that sometimes that you apologize for something and you still feel some kind of way. And Karen said, you know, she's just going to have to apologize when she's ready to apologize. She's just going to have to, and it's okay. And Candice said, you know what, it is. She's entitled to her feelings. So that was that, child. And of course, Ashley was, you know, still kind of giving the side eye, you know. Karen opened up to the ladies about her and Ray, and the whole thing about Ray finally acknowledging that she helped them, you know, and she said, you know, because I'd never been in that position. He always took care of us, and now I'm in a position where I'm sort of having to take care of him. And it meant a lot for him to acknowledge that I'd helped the family. And then she talked about some of the other things. So she really opened up, and the ladies really felt, especially Giselle and Robin, they were like, you know, Karen never opens up. And so for Karen to sort of open up, like, that really means something. Like, that really means something special. That she's opening up to them. And I honestly don't know why Karen has decided to open up to the ladies this season, because I told y'all I thought the whole storyline was fake, because I was like, Karen don't be telling her business like this. She really don't be telling her business like this. But I guess it really was something that really truly did bother her. So anyway, they get back from dinner, and the setup is they're going to take Wendy to the bar to have a drink while the rest of the ladies go up and put the stuff in her room, and then they're going to hide in the closet. And then Candice is going to trick Wendy into going to her room, and they're going to scare her. And then Wendy going to think, oh, that's it. And then they really hid a snake, a fake snake, and some fake spiders in her bed. Listen. And that's why I said everybody was in on it except for Karen. Karen, the only one that didn't know nothing, child. So they were at the bar, they were having a drink, and now Karen knew they was up to something. She knew they were up to something, but she just didn't know what they was getting into, child. So it works out well. You know, they had their little drink at the bar. Karen still ain't drinking no alcohol. I think it's deeper. They're trying to make it seem like Karen's not drinking the alcohol because when she drinks, she get loose lips. I really don't think that's what it is. I think Karen isn't drinking because she said, you know, you got to take care of yourself before you can take care of anybody else. You got to take care of yourself. You got to take care of yourself. I really think Karen isn't drinking because I think there's something else going on with Karen that she's not sharing. That's just my opinion. I know the only time I've been on vacation and I didn't take nothing to drink is because I had a toothache right before we left, and I had gotten some antibiotics. But baby, please know that day 7, when that bottle was empty and I was done taking my little antibiotics, I was at the bar. First, front and center. Okay? But I really think I really think there's a reason why Karen isn't drinking. And I don't think it's because of loose lips. Because hell, she'd have turned around and told all of them everything that she said. So when she was drunk, for the exception of the money part of it, she'd have admitted the rest of it. So anyway. So they get Wendy up to the room. They scared Wendy. Oh, okay, yeah, we scared, blah, 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 yeah. And Karen was like, see, I knew something was up. That's what they were doing. So then the ladies leave. Karen actually ends up going to her room because, again, she don't know nothing else. The rest of the ladies are with production watching the cameras. You know, they watching what's going on in Wendy's room. And they actually when Wendy saw the spider, she jumped. But she was like, girl, get this little fake spider out of here. But, baby, when she pulled that covers back and saw that fake snake, bitch, she screamed and ran out of the hotel room. She said, listen, I don't do snakes. Okay? And it was funny because, I mean, her reaction to the spider was like, oh, girl. But when she saw that snake, and like, you had to know, like, in her mind, if the spider was the spider was fake, the snake was fake. But her fear of snakes is on such a level that it just didn't click, right? So that was cool. It was fun. Ha, ha, ha. You know, that's good, harmless fun. And everybody laughed. Like, you know, it was cool. Something else that I noticed in this episode, they were doing a whole lot of old jokes when it came to Karen. And again, Karen is not that much older than y'all. Like, y'all acting like Karen in her 80s and y'all in y'all 20s. Like, stop it. Stop acting like Karen is so old and decrepit. Like, y'all, I wasn't here for all of the old jokes and making it seem like, you know, Wendy made a comment about somebody having fragile bones, and somebody else made a comment about, when they were talking about, the next part that I'm about to talk about, when they were talking about the pictures, Robin gets the pictures for the website. And long story short, child, she don't like none of Karen's pictures. And she was like, I mean, yeah, because I want my website to be young and youthful and this and that. And, you know, Karen's pictures just aren't giving me that. Oh gosh, they're not giving me youthful. And I'm like, girl, you are selling hats. Hats. Y'all, we talking about hats. So she's trying to decide. She said, you know, I would hate to not put everybody up on the website except for Karen. And Giselle was like, well, girl, like, you know, she understands. Like, she gets it. She's a businesswoman or whatever. Y'all know she ain't gonna understand it. She ain't gonna get it, child. Everybody on the website except for Karen. Come on, stop it. She's gonna take it personal, and I would too. You could have found a picture, airbrush it, do something. Yes, the 2 pictures they showed us weren't the best pictures, but I don't. First of all, I think the first picture really wasn't that bad, because the first picture, Karen's head was tilted down, and you saw the whole hat. Like, you saw all of the hat. I didn't see what the problem was, but I guess I don't have an artistic eye. Whatever. Anyway, so then Ashley comes in. So this is the next day, and they're going to the hot springs. So everybody except for Robin is in there. Like, Robin, what the hell were you thinking? Everybody got on their bathing suits. They get ready to go to the hot springs. And Robin has on this sweater set. Girl, are you going through menopause or something? Are you having cold flashes, hot flashes? Like, what is going on? When she had it on, and then she had a nerve to be like, oh, it's kind of warm out here. Girl. Anyway. I mean, she's changing before they leave for the hot springs, but I just didn't understand why you even put that on. Why was that even your ensemble? Anyway. So Ashley comes along, and they talk to Ashley about the night before when her and Candice got into it, and sort of kind of like where that came from, because they were like, that just seemed like it came out of nowhere, and like, where's that coming from? And, you know, Ashley was like, well, no, you know, it didn't really come out of nowhere. Maybe I realized that I was harboring, you know, more feelings than I thought I was, or whatever. And then she opens up to them and tells them that Monique asked her to write the statement. Girl, what'd she do that for? Of course, they were not here for it. They didn't like it. And they were like, well, it'd be one thing if Monique asked you to write a letter just saying, hey, I'm a great mom, I'm a great person, made a bad decision. But she wanted you to write a letter basically saying how explosive Candice was. And Ashley gave them the same story about how, Monique and them supported her. And every time she retells it, she tells us a little bit more information, don't she? Now it's because Monique's uncle and brother or somebody was downstairs when it happened, and they wrote a letter for her. See, we getting more and more information every time she tells the story. And Giselle in her confession was like, yeah, because that footage from the basement mysteriously disappeared. I told y'all what I did, y'all. Allegedly. But at the end of the day, that's what it just is. I mean, I know that Ashley and Monique have developed a legit friendship, but that's really what it seems like it's coming down to. The bottom line is, she did you a favor and you feel like you need to do her one back. And they told her point blank, they said, listen, whatever you thought you were doing, to build your friendship with Candice, that's a wrap. Like, Candice is not going to be here for this. She ain't going to be feeling it. She ain't going to accept it. She ain't going to like it. And whatever friendship you thought you was building, baby, it's done. Candice and Karen have a conversation. And I thought they had a pretty good conversation. And they were sort of talking about the same thing. And Karen said, listen, she was like, I'm really proud of you. You know how you reacted last night. You didn't react. You didn't get excited. You didn't go overboard. You didn't get nasty. You heard her out. You accepted it. You apologized. She said, and the rest is on Ashley. Like, you can't make somebody get over something faster than they're ready to get over it. And, she said, yeah, I know, and so I thought they had a really good conversation. Now, based on the previews for next week, maybe not so much. But I thought they had a good conversation. But yeah, that was pretty much what it was, y'all. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. I think that was it. Make sure I don't forget nothing. No, that was pretty much it. Like I said, Giselle and Robin letting Ashley know, not a good look. But anyway, we'll see. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in them comments. Peace.